What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here, and today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the Bandai Limited Movie Watch Series or Premium Bandai exclusive Kiryu Heavy Mobility version for the 2002 mold and the 2003 mold. Crossover with Evangelion units 01 and 02. So with that being said, nothing more to it than to get right on into it. In the last, I mean, these are kind of like the case boxes, as you can see. It probably says like Mechagodzilla 2003, 2002, stuff like that. Movie Monster Series. I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that line enough, right? So let's just go ahead and get right on into it. And alas, yes, this is going to be a very cool video. It's kind of unexpected. You know, I kind of thought they stopped with the Evangelion crossovers and stuff like that, but here is the first box for dang, look at that light. That light is so bright. I thought that they were going to be done with just crossing over with Evangelion, because they had originally done that back in 2016 with Shin Godzilla's release. Obviously Hideaki Anno's correlation with the Evangelion series as well as Shin Godzilla, and I thought they were done. They made 7-Eleven exclusive Movie Monster Series Kiryus without the railguns and stuff like that, but you know, they decided to make it with them as well. So there is 02 as well. Sorry, I'm just kind of going along here, but as you can see, the box itself is very, very cool. A lot of cool stylization with the artwork, and just the stock imaging itself looks really cool. And then here's what I was referring to, the Godzilla versus Evangelion. I will never forget that April Fool's tweet they did. I think it was in 2016 or 2017. They did an April Fool's tweet saying that there's going to be a Godzilla versus Evangelion movie. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know what Evangelion was at the time. So I was like, oh, well, what's Evangelion? And, you know, that just spiraled into its own thing. But, I mean, here we are, right? I absolutely love the crossover stuff they do with Evangelion and Godzilla, hence why I still get this type of product. But with that, we are finally onto our figures here. And outside of that, there is nothing else in the box. It's just empty. It's just the figure. It's a huge box for a 6-inch Bandai figure, which is, I'm not gonna say unsurprising, but it's just a little surprising, I guess, to say the least. And then here is Unit 02. And so this is awesome. So we're gonna see the full reveal, the first reaction for myself, having these in hand, and we're just gonna go whoop. And so there is Evangelion Unit 01 crossed over with Kiryu from the Against Mechagodzilla movie, and here is Unit 02 crossed over with Kiryu from the Tokyo SOS movie. And oh man, they just look beautiful. All right, I'm gonna simmer down the light just a little bit. It was really bright, but as you can see, it's just the mold of the kind of like heavy armed Kiryus from the 2002 film as well as the 2003 film. And then you can just kind of see the coloration. I'm gonna try that. Just give it a little bit of light. You can definitely see the coloration on them. It's got that nice metallic purple here with lights. You know, it pops. Outside of the light, it still pops. It's got a very nice purple finish for that Evangelion Unit 01 color, as well as the green. Cannot forget the green on Unit 01, which is just awesome. I absolutely love these colorations so much. And yeah, and as you can see, it's got the railguns here, and then the shoulder cannons as well. So awesome. And then perfect, just absolutely gorgeous. I know I'm saying a lot of like hyping up words, but I really do love these crossovers, especially because Kiryu is my favorite Mechagodzilla iteration. So I cannot help but be really ecstatic about a release like this. And so outside of that, you know, it's going to be your standard Movie Monster Series articulation. It can kind of go through with the arm. You're going to have to force it. Nothing within the legs. The tail can twist. And then the head usually can move from the other molds. This one's really tight. But I'm not really getting too much movement on that one. So yeah, and if you're wondering, the only thing technically this figure is missing is a tag. But since it's a premium Bandai exclusive, I do believe that they just don't tag these figures which is totally fine. I mean, it just looks awesome. Very glad to have that. And next up, we do have Unit 02 crossover with Kiryu from the Tokyo SOS movie, and just look at that. A very, very kind of like bright red. It's kind of what you'd expect, red with kind of like the white and black highlights seen throughout the figure, and even on the top, you can kind of see the orange. You can kind of see the orange paints on these sides, which I think absolutely stands out so well. Even the eye color itself, it's kind of like a teal, or it's like a green. It's like a green, and yeah, I mean, it just looks great. I absolutely love the coloring on this one. Same type of deal with the articulation. You know, you can force it through the arms. You're gonna have some swivel in the tail, and then here we can showcase the head, or we can actually have a full swivel there, and outside of that, nothing else really has any form of articulation. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the light back on. Maybe if I just angle it a little bit to the side, like okay, it's like super bright, but you get the idea. It's awesome. It's definitely a fan favorite. Oh my goodness, just look at the black spikes there. They don't go all the way down, but even just those two there, oh man, I really love that distinct coloration, you know, black and then red. So cool. Black and red is a really good color combination. I'm sure everyone has seen that. And then besides that, the toenails are painted orange. And then I guess we could go back to the first one. They are also painted an orange yellowish. I would say they're the same color, but same color on the neck from the 01 figure. But I mean, realistically, that's it. I mean, you know, they're Bandai figures. They just look awesome. You know, special collaboration with Evangelion. So I will never say no to that. And let's go ahead and go on towards our comparisons, and how appropriate is it to have the first releases. This is, like I said, the first releases from, I believe they were 7-Eleven exclusives in Japan only back in 2016. It doesn't say on the tag, but I want to say 2016 they had a collaboration with 7-Eleven, and it was like you spent so much money, I think, or I think you could just walk in and buy it. But at least for comparison's sakes, you can kind of see the difference between the two colors. This one is a really dark finish purple compared to this one where it's kind of just like, it's not saying it's bad by any means, but it's, I don't know how to say it. It's just not as dark. I mean, you know, you can see the difference between the two there, which is, I think, very cool. And then at least paint-wise, I would say the green is a little bit more neon here, and then on the neck, it's a little bit more of like a matte finish, where this one looks a little more like a gold metallic. And then outside of that, the eyes, these eyes are white, and these eyes are kind of like a yellow. So very cool. Let me know what you guys think between the two, which one you think looks better. I absolutely love the color on this one. I love the accessories upon the figure, which just makes it awesome. But I do got to give it to this one, because we wouldn't have this without getting to this first. So very cool. Next up, let's go ahead and move on to the Unit 02. And once again, this is a comparison with the Kiryu Unit 02 color paint scheme from the 7-Eleven collaboration, if I'm correct. But as you can see there are no painted dorsal plates there compared to the two there. I just think that's an awesome touch. In terms of color, you know, this one actually, I would say, looks a little bit more like flat colored compared to this one. You can kind of see a lot more metallic coloration going on with the shimmer and stuff like that. And then even on the, I mean, technically it's the Tri-Mazer cannon. It's technically not the Absolute Zero anymore, but on the Triple Mazer cannon, it is just painted a flat red compared to here where it's painted like a silver, and it's got some gold paint or orange paint applications within some of the other portions of the body, compared to this one where they kind of went for more of this kind of like matte flat coloration with the gray, the black, and you know, they still have the orange here and there in some certain spots like the neck and different areas, but this one has more of that orange coloration. And obviously, you know, this one has the cannons, which I am so biased for because it is my absolute favorite Mechagodzilla design of all time. So I'm extremely biased for the mold itself. But, you know, in terms of paint, you can kind of see the differences between the two. Let me know what you guys think of these, I mean, you know, honestly, I love the mold on this one. I think I love the coloration a little bit more on this one. You know, maybe if like this portion went there, and I don't know how I feel about the silver. It looks a little, to me, it does kind of contrast. It's just kind of like the only silver that's happening, but it's still nice to see compared to this. But I think I do like a little bit more of the coloration on this one compared to the newer one. Not saying this one's bad by any means, but it's just a preference pick. But obviously the mold just absolutely takes it for me on the newer figure. And so, yeah, I mean, realistically, that's really about it. I mean, I can make one more comparison with the heavy coloration, or I think it's called Heavy Coloration or Decisive Battle Mechagodzilla 2003. This was the 2020 release. And, you know, it's just, technically it is labeled as a exclusive or limited Bandai movie monster series. But, I mean, realistically, it just kind of looks the same. So, you know, they got me like that by just putting the first word in there. But still very cool to have, like I said, because it is my favorite Mechagodzilla design of all time. So I can't really complain. Well, who knows? But yeah, I mean, you know, it's pretty much the same mold, just different colors. So yeah, I do not have the O2 and the 6-inch mold. If they do decide to make a variant outside of the one we just got in, then I will definitely jump on that because I do love this design as well. So, I mean, with that being said, that really is going to wrap it up. I mean, I'm going to talk for just a little bit. There's been some news, not much though. I guess technically the only thing I will cover is that they are making a X Plus Defo Reel of Unit 02, the crossover with the Pachinko Godzilla versus Evangelion. That I definitely will be getting because I would have loved to have gotten the 30 centimeter, but I do not have the room and I do not have the money to just boom, just like on both of those. So them making a Defo Reel is absolutely a godsend from them. So I'm definitely hopping on that. You know me, I love the collaborations with Evangelion and Godzilla and, you know, some of the other stuff too. So it's just awesome. It's awesome. In other news, figure-wise, I don't think we've gotten too much. We've been kind of slow, just a little bit to my knowledge. I know Hiya Toys has been still doing their thing. They haven't really announced anything since San Diego Comic-Con, which is in July. Monster Arts is kind of in the same boat. I know their latest reveal was the -1 Atomic Breath version. I'm trying to see if I can get that one. It's really hard to get that one, like, legitimately. You have to pay secondhand. But I'm not sure if I even want to do that because that in itself is a lot of money. And I think that's it. They are making some new Bandais for Godzilla Day, and I mean, speaking of Godzilla Day, we're almost already a month away. So, you know, they're going to be releasing out the wazoo. You know, Monster Arts will probably reveal 1 or 2 new Monster Arts coming out. So, we're like calm before the storm right now, if I'm being 100% honest. You know, as soon as October rolls around, beginning of November, that's when it really kicks in. So we'll see. I'm kind of nervous. I know that in terms of October releases, we have the Shin Ortho Climax version, and then we also have the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2024, or Godzilla Evolved. So we'll have to see then. It's been quite a while since I've gotten anything new Godzilla stuff, but you know, the train is not stopping. You know, I do select what I like, and I will make reviews on those. Hopefully they are informative to anyone who's watching. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, let me know what you guys think of the Bandai Movie Monster Series Premium Bandai version exclusive Kiryu Unit 01, Kiryu Unit 02 special collaboration with Evangelion. I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!